Then the 14 of Vitor Meira, and Paul Tracy is at the end of the line to go out and try it once again here at Indianapolis. More uncertainty for the KV Racing Technology team. EJ Viso took the green flag, then dumped the throttle and is coasting into pit lane. So EJ Viso having some kind of problem. His warm-up was what, Jan? 221?
221, and then Jack Arute, of course, in the IZOD Performance Center is right at the entrance of turn 1, said it sounded sick when it came through there. So we're assuming some sort of drive malfunction. Jimmy Vasser, the V in KV Racing, of course, thinking, man, oh man, you gotta be kidding.
Ryan Briscoe is standing by with Lindy Thaxton.
Ryan just signing some autographs for the fans. Doing his little duty out here. Okay, Ryan, so you come out of the car P8, Ryan. Are you in a pretty tricky? No, you're fine. You come out of the car P8. Are you in a pretty tricky spot right there? I mean, what do you do in this case?
Yeah, I was hoping to be a little bit more comfortable, but it's not. But luckily, it's early. We've still got 2.5 hours before the deadline at 4 o'clock, and we're going to have time to make some adjustments and try to go quicker a little bit later on.
I understand you're helping some fans. What's going on with your Twitter contest?
Well, all the guesses are in. That stopped at midnight last night, and hopefully they guess right. But my qualifying speed today will win somebody a trip to the 500 next week, and I'm putting them up in a hotel downtown, travel expenses, and Carb Day and race day tickets. So I'll be really excited to see who wins tonight, and hopefully meet them next week.
Wow, not too bad.
Yeah.
Now, I understand yesterday you tried different cars. You changed the engine. How do you feel it all worked out?
Pretty good. We went through both the T car and the primary car, and we just seemed to be lacking a bit of speed, so we swapped engines just to be sure. And I was really happy the way we finished last night. So we had really good speed this morning as well. I think now in qualifying, we just got a bit of an unlucky draw. It's very hot out now. We just lost a bit of speed, but I think the car's working really strong, and I just want to be in that fast 9, come 4 o'clock, so I've got a shot at the pole later on.
Ryan, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
The Team Penske cars are second in terms of speed. Power is P4, and Briscoe right now is P8. As qualifying is underway once again after EJ Viso's aborted run. And the 36 car of Bertrand Baguette is on the racetrack. By the way, Ryan married over the past winter to an old friend of ours, Nicole Mansky. Bertrand Baguette, a rookie here at Indianapolis, is the 2009 World Series by Renault champion. He's from Belgium and becomes the first driver from that country to race here since 1999 when Wim Ekmans drove here. He was some relation to Eddie Cheever, wasn't he?
Don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember when
wasn't
he was
he? I think so.
No one's going to give you a confirmation on that.
No, I'm learning something. I didn't realize.
If not related, I know Eddie was. Boy, he got close to the wall, didn't he? He was sort of a protege of Eddie.
Whatever you say, Bob.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Good for you. And whatever it is, I'm sure Eddie took credit for it. Something good happened.
Fellas, the one thing I remember about that is that when I interviewed him, I asked him what he thought. He says, "I just want to go fast."
You'd have to say the benchmark here would be his team car. Romancini was 223.3, and he's beat that.
Yeah,
he's lap 1.
Almost 224 for Bertrand, 223.9.
Which isn't really a surprise when you compare him to his team car, because Bertrand has always been a little bit quicker for some reason than Mario. You would think it'd be reversed with Mario at least having been here with the Indy Lights program, but he's adapted very well and very comfortable in the race car.
He's had a couple of 20th place finishes in the IZOD IndyCar Series so far this year at Barber and at Kansas didn't join the team until that race at Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham. Second lap is 2:24.219, so he picked it up on lap 2. The best finish, by the way, of a Belgium driver here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was in, you might be able to remember this, Robbie, it was in 1913 when Theodore Paulette started 13th and finished 4th.
That was at the tip of my tongue, but you didn't give me a window. You didn't give me a window on it.
Is he friends with Eddie Cheever?
Yeah, I think so.
I like poking sticks at Cheever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Third lap. 2:24.243. He's probably listening right now, maybe up here before too long.
But this is what makes this place so special in just the Formula Series. I mean, we heard from KV and we heard from Michael Andretti just how those guys are fighting. But as big teams with a lot of guys and a lot of data that they're receiving from all the cars, and then you see Eric's team that, you know, he got put together late this year. And hey, this is looking like a pretty solid run for ground. I mean, it's great to see. I mean, that's why we love this place.
Yep.
Score one for David here. David versus Goliath. We've heard from the Goliaths that are struggling. And like you said, nice couple of small teams doing very well.
Good, solid run. He's P19 at 2:24.189 for Bertrand Baguette. Vitor Meira goes on to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, sat out all the remaining races last year because of a crash during last year's 500.
I'm not gonna lie that the first sort of laps, the first outings, was a little nerve-wracking because it was in Indy that I tested the car first time. But afterwards, I mean, everything became normal and like it was before. The reality is I was doing something that I always going to do when the accident happened. I was not putting myself in any crazy position. I was doing what I always do, and things happened. So when I come back, I'm not even gonna think about it and do the same way I was doing because there was nothing wrong with it.
Vitor Meira warming up his car, owned of course by AJ Foyt, the ABC Supply Company sponsored machine. Fastest lap of the month was 2:24.5. The P9 average is 2:25.1. That is by Ed Carpenter. He currently occupies P9.
We're even now.
Jan, you got sucked in the same thing that I did earlier when I saw that puff of smoke from there.
Yeah, but the cars have already been out. You shouldn't see any puff of smokes right now. Anyway, so gotta be going.
So yours is worse.
Whatever.
Sebastian Saavedra, by the way, is out of the top 24. Now the driver on the bubble is Mario Romancini, and the green flag comes out for Vitor Meira, seeking his 8th start in an Indy 500. His best start was 6th in 2006. He finished in the runner-up position in 2005 and in 2008.
And if you look for that top 24 spot, that Romancini is at 2:23.3. I was thinking that's what you needed to make that top 24, and apparently it's going to be quicker. Great.
In 7 starts here at Indianapolis, he's completed all but 28 laps, and 27 of those were because of last year's incident. 2:23.606. Needs a little bit more than that, doesn't he?
He will not at all be happy with that.
Well, his engineer, Jeff Britton, has been with Vitor before when Vitor ran second here. And Britton was also, I believe, with Scott Sharp. When Sharp was really quick for 1 year and on the pole, Britton was that. So, I mean, there's a good brain trust there. And then you throw AJ in there with everything that he knows. They'll come back, get it sorted if they need to.
Second lap for Meira, 2:24.260. He picked it up a half a mile an hour.
Okay, what does that come back to? Does that come back to just, again, the challenge? I saw a clip that we showed at the beginning of this that Dixon just said, turn 1, that's the worst thing. Lap 1, turn 1 of qualifying, and it is, just because you don't quite know what you have. Once you've gotten through turn 1, everything's great, but it's that challenge, and if you just breathe it a little bit, it can cost you, and that's maybe the difference in that, you know, the 5/10 we're seeing there from lap 1 to lap 2.
It's also worth watching that he doesn't like the white line.